everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing Your Spiritual Streams. My name's Tandra, and today we are going to do our 2022 predictions for what you might come across during the year, the kind of things that you might be dealing with, some of the energies that are going to be happening, maybe a little bit of advice if that pops up, or just to give you an idea of the kinds of things you can look forward to for the coming year. We do base this on your astrological sign, and this for your sun, moon, and or rising sign. So it's a good idea to watch all three of those readings. That way you can get a better idea of what your year might be like. We do this slightly different than other readers in that for each sign, you will have 3 piles to choose from. So hopefully the reading will be a little bit more specific to you, because not all Aries are the same, not all Pisces are the same, and so forth. And so there are liable to be some slight nuances or differences in each pile, and that way you have a better chance of maybe getting a little bit more detailed reading. These are the decks that will be used in the readings. So this is just letting you know the kind of decks we're going to be using. This is the Modern Witch. This is the Gypsy Fortune Telling. This is the Old Style Larromand. This is the Romance Tarot. This is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. This is the Black Moon Astrology Oracle deck. And this is the Witch's Tarot. So those are the tarot cards that we will be using in each of the readings. Okay, so next will be the introduction for each specific video. There will be an introduction to let you look at the piles and let you decide which readings to go to, and then we'll get to the readings for each one. So we look forward to seeing you there. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your 2022 yearly reading. As promised, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the scorpion symbol. We have pile 2 with Scorpio written out, and pile 3 with the Scorpio constellation. Okay. We will give you some time to reflect and go with your gut instinct on which pile that you should watch. Do remember to check out the videos that correspond to your sun, moon, and or rising signs. That you watch all of them so that you can get a better idea of a fuller picture of your year. Okay, so we're going to give you some time, and when you are ready to go directly to your pile, there will be timestamps in the description that you can click on, and we'll take you directly to your specific reading, and we'll see you there. Hello, Scorpio, pile 1. Those of you that chose the Scorpio symbol. I'll move it over here. Okay, we have a lot we're going to look at today. We have your Black Moon Astrology card here that we're going to look at, and we will be looking at the booklet for that as well. There's so much in here, it's just a really good idea to read what they have to say about each card. We will be clarifying it with our tarot and our Larromand cards here. We also have our charms we'll be looking at. We'll also do our oracle spheres and our angel numbers, and we will be looking at your romance tarot here to clarify your romantic information for the year as well. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see what your year is going to entail. Water element sensing. It was actually in a prior reading. Okay, so number 40. Keep bypassing it, keep going from one to another. Okay. Let matters flow. In astrology, the element of water represents our emotions and our talents of the imagination. Water characterizes the realm of vision, taking us into the quintessential depths of feeling, where intuition is more appropriate than acquired wisdom and knowledge. We get carried away on water. We have feelings of floating or being adrift over water. When looking at the shimmering surfaces of water, we cannot see to the bottom, but we know and sense what is there. Deep things too obtuse and transitory to explain. fathoms of moods and insight. Water is the element of the signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. The planets of the water are the Moon, Pluto, and Neptune. When the water element card presents itself in a spread, you can trust what you feel is the best course to follow. What you are sensing right now may not be based on any logic, it's just that what you are sensing is correct. Right now, it's best to go with the flow, and depending upon the cards surrounding it, to trust that movement, although these changes may seem gentle and gradual. Sometimes the water element card indicates a need to withdraw and fight another day. It is time to gather resources and gain strength before moving ahead. This can at times indicate trusting too soon or the passive acceptance of other people's shortcomings when you shouldn't accept them. You may have the tendency to want to allow things to pass you by without fighting for them, to let go of something that is rightfully yours. Water is the element of compassion and understanding, but avoid being a doormat. It is possible people or forces may take advantage of your benign and accepting nature. This is a good time to imagine, write, paint, play, or create anything. Since water is the element of the imagination, it is the ability to quiet your conscious mind and allow yourself to be taken over by an idea or a dream. Water is painting, poetry, and music. This card represents being connected to the flow of all things. It is also the ability to keep a secret or to work alone in privacy. It is probably best to now allow people or circumstances to not pin you down or hem you in. Frankly, you now have the ability to flow or drift out of any situation in the way water is able to move around obstacles very gently and easily. Currently, you may also have the feeling of floating or being adrift. In a sense, it is a type of surrender. Maybe it is a surrender to a dream. At present, you may have little energy and want to withdraw. You are in fact doing a lot of inner processing which will take you where you want to go. There are deeper levels working and developing inside you, but the work is not seen on the outside. Expect a pause but forward motion soon. Look inward. Don't worry about the drama that surrounds you. Avoid the commotion, sit still, float, and trust your inner wisdom. It will not steer you wrong. The water element card in brief. Being led by feelings, what is felt, and what is known to be true directly through emotions. Intuition, letting go or just going with the flow. Extreme sensitivity, feeling shy or out of place, being quiet and introverted, subtle changes in circumstances and environment. The creative imagination, psychic dreaming, currents of emotion, confusion, fears of confronting a problem directly, feeling avoidant, mysteries and secrets, acting in a solitary or secretive way, having doubts, experiencing loneliness, walking your own path without help, timidity, feeling of guilt or shame, leaving things to chance, not pushing hard enough, giving up before time, travel near or over bodies of water, oceans, lakes, or rivers, beach vacations, sea life, seashells, overcast days, cancellations due to rain, flooding, water leaks in the home, essential oils, perfumes, candles, gentleness, feminine powers, the nourishment and nurturing of others. The corresponding tarot card is the Ace of Cups, and the key ideas are emotional nuances, trips across water, lack of energy, sensing what is accurate without being told. Okay, so there's a lot of energies going on there. Let's look at our tarot cards to kind of clarify that a little bit for your year specifically. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Six of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. The Star card. The Six of Wands. The Nine of Swords. The Hermit. Okay. The Death card. The Moon card. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. The Lady, and Hope. Okay. Whew, some things to unpack here and some things to look at. So let's take a look here. Okay, first of all, your intuition and your emotions are going to play a key role this year. Okay. That was something the water element kind of said. Scorpions are also very intuitive anyway. So a Scorpio, is prominent in your chart. I assume that's why you're watching the reading, is it's probably at least one energy in your chart. And Scorpions have a tendency to be intuitive anyway, or be able to dig into deeper depths. And this year, those talents will be very beneficial to you. This year, you'll be able to utilize those and do something with them. Okay, so that is definitely an energy you have flowing. It is also kind of introspective year for you. It's a year that you're going to want to kind of hide out a little bit, delve into your emotions, delve into your thoughts and your fears, and unpack those a little bit and work on those. Okay, so that is something that is going to be a big influence in your life this year. It's something that you're going to want to work on. There is going to be some changes coming. In that you do have the Death card and you do have the Lady card. She often will denote some sort of changes happening. She also is important in the intuition part of it as well. Ladies are known to have deeper intuition. If it has to do with a job or anything, you would definitely need to trust your instincts in deciding what to do, and that kind of thing. And she also kind of deals with emotions and other things like that. So once again, your emotions, your intuition are going to play a key role this year, especially dealing with any kind of changes that are going to happen. You will, there's a lot of cards here that show this introspection that we're talking about. We have the Star card, we have the Nine of Swords, which is dealing with your fears and what you're worried about and those kinds of things. We have the Hermit card, which is very much an introspective, kind of paying attention to what's going on there. We have the Moon card, which is your intuition, it's your feelings, it's those kinds of energies. We also have the Six of Cups, which kind of is getting back to your roots a little bit, getting back to your childhood, looking at being introspective about your past and your childhood. So there's those kinds of things going on, in that you have several six energies as well. You have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups. The six energies to me are the recovery after the fives, because the fives are usually kind of change up energies, usually learning energies, fighting battles, other things. The sixes are the what comes after the fives, what you can reap the benefits of the fives. The Six of Cups, it quite often is going back to childhood or trying to bring forth the feelings of childhood innocence and that kind of thing. The Six of Wands is a celebratory card. It's getting recognition, getting noticed, being able to feel happy about some sort of accomplishments that you've done. The Six of Pentacles is being abundant enough that you're able to give out things to others, especially children, and dealing with that kind of thing. So those six energies that are strong in your reading here show me that there's going to be a lot of healing this year and a lot of deeper introspection, a lot of you analyzing roots and feelings. I think one of the things that you might end up doing is looking at your fears, worries, tendencies that you have that are rooted in childhood, that either you accomplished some things in childhood that didn't get the proper recognition, or you had some criticism or other things in childhood that has kind of been holding you back, or that you have emotions or feelings about that might be making a difference to you. So I feel like you're going to kind of go back and look at those things a little bit. You're going to analyze them. You're going to confront those emotions head on, and you're going to bring about some deep changes in your life due to that. I think it's going to be a great healing opportunity for you. I think it's going to be a great chance for you to move forward. I love that you have the Hope card. That is very beautiful. It's interesting how she has an anchor in her hand. There's a ship kind of adrift over here, but she has the means of anchoring him down and making him not feel so adrift. And it was interesting how you had the water energy card here to begin with, because quite often we can feel like we've been going adrift or not knowing where we're at or what's happening. And by having the Hope card, that shows that you can get your grounding. You can get your, where you're feeling a little less lost, a little less alone, a little less adrift, and you'll be able to follow a better path. Your intuition is going to be extremely important this year in that. I think since you're going to be delving into your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, and other things, you're going to be able to tap into your innermost feelings a lot when it comes to that. It is very possible you're going to start a new job this year. One of the reasons for that is I think if you do this introspection or these other things to help try to heal from childhood issues or traumas or other things that you've kind of pulled forward into your adult life, once you've dealt with those, I think it'll be easier for you to move on to a career that you're more happy with, more satisfied with. It's possible it will be a creative career or one dealing with the occult or other types of things. Scorpios tend to drift towards those hidden, mysterious type of energies, and also there's some creativity and some other stuff flowing there, so it's very possible you'll tap into that this year and maybe move towards a career that more satisfies you emotionally in that way. Okay, so that is kind of the energy we've got going on with your career. I'm not exactly sure about your love life yet, so we're going to go ahead and look at your romance cards and see what might be able to tell about your romantic life for the year. Got one that kind of came through, and I'm going to go ahead and take it. All right, let's see here. We got this one and this one. All right. We have another 6. We have the 6 of coins again, or the 6 of pentacles. We have, okay, we have the temperance card. Okay. And we have the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Okay. In your relationships this year, in your romantic relationships, the ones, if you are in a romantic relationship right now, and it is a happy one and stable and all that, I really kind of see it as being kind of the same old this year. Nothing really major happening. You should be relatively happy. There shouldn't be any big strifes or conflicts or changes going on in the relationship, that kind of thing. But if it is a more rocky relationship, I think some of the introspection or other things that you have going will help you deal with that or know what to do in the situation, whether you should be able to improve it or leave the situation and go on to something else, or whatever works best for you there. Your intuition will really help you decide on what to do in a relationship like that if there's one that's not been flowing quite as well as you would like. I do see kind of a nice balanced energy going on this year with most your relationship. There should be quite a bit of emotional happiness going on for you this year. Now, the other thing, if you're not in a relationship, it is possible you will get into one. I don't see it as being very fiery, passionate, emotional, love of your life kind of relationship. I see it more as a comforting, stable, happy type of thing. So that could grow into some very deep love As they say, deepness can quite run in some very still waters, or, there could be some very deep feelings down the road develop from this. It's very possible. But at first, just to get into the relationship, I think it's going to feel more comfortable than anything. I think it's going to, like I said, I think you'll be emotionally fulfilled in your relationships this year, especially if you follow your intuition, especially if you follow any kind of guidance that your intuition is helping you do with. I think since you're going to be dealing with some childhood issues and some other things, it will be easier for you to feel comfortable in a relationship than maybe you've been able to in the past. You won't feel the need to protect yourself quite as much as you have previously. You'll feel a little less worried, a little less scared, a little bit more willing to put yourself out there emotionally. Okay? Because I think up until now you've been feeling kind of vulnerable, and you've been a little concerned about putting yourself out there. Okay, so I think you're going to be more willing to do that this year when it comes to romance. Okay, let's take a look at our charms. Let's see what else we can find out about your year. Okay, another 6 energy. My goodness, you have so much healing going on this year. So much insight, so much... water is a very healing energy. I think of water flowing over things and washing away the old and bringing renewed life back to it, that kind of thing. So, and you have a lot of water energy this year in your reading. A lot of that kind of healing, sort of soothing type of thing going on. You have your symbol here, the Scorpion, which just goes to show that the typical traits of Scorpio are going to play a role this year. You're going to feel very much in tune with your sign this year, and very much that kind of thing. We do have the Lantern, and the Hermit has a Lantern as well. I do feel like you guys are going to have some deep insights coming to you this year. It's that introspection, that other things that you're going to be doing that's going to cause that, but that's going to help you have those deep insights and those other things that you can think of. We do have some letters here. We have a P, an M, an E, and a K. Those could be initials. Those can help spell words. Those can do, words can come to mind when you see them, that kind of thing. So just go with it, whatever works with you on that. We do have a couple of other energies that are interesting. We have go, see, explore, and field notes. The energies I get from those is, I think of an archaeologist going out and uncovering new sites and new information, and then writing it down and putting it out there for the world to see. Scorpions very much deal with archaeology. They deal with uncovering the hidden, the unknown, the lost, and that kind of thing. And like I said, I think you're going to tap into that energy a lot this year. So I do think you're going to uncover a lot of, you're going to explore some things you haven't been able to before, and you're going to uncover some new ideas, some things you didn't know, that kind of thing. And I think writing about it, journaling about it, doing something about it will help you this year. So that's something for you to think about. Also, possibly literally going and seeing and exploring might be something for you this year, especially if you travel over or near water. So any kind of vacation you might take that into consideration. I do think the water energy will very much help you this year. So I do think that that's something for you to think about. Okay. It takes a big heart to teach little minds. We did talk about children in the reading. I do think children might be a little bit prominent for you this year with the Six of Cups energy and the Six of Pentacles energy. I think you're going to have some insights and some other things that you might be able to help children in your life. You do have a family's love is forever and friends forever as well. So I do think that childhood friends, I think that children in general, might play an important role in your life this year, or at least, especially with the learning, especially with the imparting the knowledge, especially with sharing because you are going to get back into your own childhood. That's why I think childhood friends might be important. But I also feel like by you digging into some of these issues from your childhood and some of these other things, you might be able to impart some important knowledge to other children in your life or to other people around. I think you might be able to help them heal as well, or help them get in touch with what's going on in their lives. Okay, so that's something for you to think about. That's something for you to take into account. We do have the star, which once again to me shows the importance of your intuition. We do have the Cupid love, so it is possible that you will be struck with the love arrow this year, especially for those of you that have not been in a relationship for a while. And like I said, you've been kind of protecting yourself and kind of closing yourself off. I do think the possibility of getting into a new love this year quite high, because I think you might be a little bit more open or vulnerable to that this year. Okay, you do have the world here, which I really love, because that just shows that the world's at your fingertips. It shows that you can unlock what the world has to offer for you this year. And I do feel like you will be doing a lot of that with all that introspection and other things that you're going to be doing. You do have the key here, and I see it as the ship's wheel, which is really interesting because the ship goes over water. You have the key to the water elements. You can help guide this ship. You can help keep yourself from floating adrift and that kind of thing. You have the key to what it takes to keep your ship upright this year. A few other energies that are going on. We do have the dragonfly. We have the confident kitty. And we also have the Queen of Cups again. The Queen of Cups energy to me is she is able to deal with emotions very well. Okay, for one. For two, she does represent the things that we've been discussing as far as intuition, that full water energy, that washing away of the old, that hidden depths that the ocean has to offer. All of that stuff is all embodied in the Queen of Cups. But one of the things I see with the Queen too, though, is even though she is a water energy, an emotional energy, she knows how to channel that energy. She knows how to utilize that energy and not just let it blow her away, or she can channel it for her own purposes and not let it carry her away. So that is very important that you have several Queens of Cups in your reading here. You have one there and one over here. You have a couple of them here. And the important thing with that is I just show that as being you're able to grasp onto your emotions this year and utilize them and analyze them and work with them rather than just being carried away by them. And we would kind of had talked about that with some of the other energies in your cards as well. So that's kind of exciting that you can do that this year. And it's really nice when we can look back on things, we can analyze things, we can get in touch with our emotions and our feelings and find out the root cause of them and some other things like that. And when we do that, the healing process has a chance to take hold. And so that's really cool when that energy kind of comes into our lives. So that's really exciting that you have that going on. Let's take a look at your oracle spheres. This is where you think of your yes or no question that you would like to get an answer to. You pick a stand. We have blue, green, bronze, and gold. You think of your question, you pick a stand, and we go out and we get the answers. All right, so let's see what the answer is for blue today. Number 1, blue, is very likely. Number 2, green, is not now. Number 3, bronze, is a maybe. And number 4, gold, is a not now. All right, so we have a very likely, a not now, a maybe, and a not now. Let's go ahead and look at your angel numbers. Okay, we have 5 different stands. We have silver, green, purple, blue, and gold. We have angel numbers 1 through 55. You pick at least one stand, but you can pick more than one to get your angel numbers on. Each number has its own resonances, its own messages involved with it. You can go to the description. There will be there will be links in the description to websites that will help you understand the meaning of each individual number, so you can get an idea of what the angels are trying to impart to you. You pick however many stands you feel comfortable with on that and get however many numbers you need. You can also take all 5 numbers and use them as lucky numbers for the year. People like to do that sometimes. Or you can take some of the numbers and make them important numbers for the year as well, like dates or that kind of thing. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our angel numbers. Number 1, silver, is 29. Number 2, green, is 40. Number 3, purple, is 13. Number 4, blue, is 18. And number 5, gold, is 33. So we have 29, 40, 13, 18, and 33. So those are your angel numbers for today and for your year. All right. Thank you so much for watching the video with us. We hope you had some messages that were helpful to you. Don't forget to check out the other videos that correspond to your sun, moon, and rising signs, because those will help you get a better idea of your full year. Do check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot already on the channel, as well as we do weekly readings, and many of those are timeless as well. And we do our daily messages from spirit. So get a chance, check out any of those videos, and we will see you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Scorpio, pile 2. Those of you that chose the Scorpio written out. And this is your 2022 reading for your sun, moon, and or rising sign. And we have our Black Moon Astrology card here that we will be looking at first. We will be reading in the booklet on that because there's just so much in there. We will be clarifying with our Tarot and Lenormand cards and our charms. We also have our romance deck that we'll be looking at to get an idea of what might be going on in your romantic life for the year. We will be doing our oracle spheres, where you can think of your yes or no question you can get an answer to, and our angel numbers, so we can get some messages from them as well. All right, so let's get started. All right, we have number 11, Pluto, transformation. Okay. Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in our solar system, probably carries the most weight. It is the planet of extremes. Birth, sex, and death are Pluto's themes. In Greek legend, Pluto was the god of the underworld. His earlier name, Hades, came to designate the dwelling place for the dead. The name Hades means the unseen, and it is a good description of the energies of Pluto, which tend to transform areas of the astrological chart without us knowing until the explosion or the blowout. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and although it is now considered a dwarf planet, transits from Pluto are extremely powerful and bring on significant life changes. In traditional astrology, Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, but has some similarities to Saturn, which is also a force of oppression. Pluto governs renewal and rebirth. It brings to the surface things that have been hidden or are felt deep inside. These are sometimes painful to confront, or they are embarrassing or taboo. This dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life in which you must rebuild from the debris and also inspiration. Many things you have relied on for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and beginnings. It is not a card of physical death per se, since in our lifetimes we experience many deaths and new starts. This is simply a time when the decks are being wiped clean for new action. Most of the time you begin to feel ill at ease with the feeling of something not right, and things go down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. If you are in a relationship that has been difficult, it will either end or will deepen and become more fulfilling. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It is very important not to try to control things. Instead, surrender to the ups and downs for a while, although some of these changes may be painful ones. That said, this is a time of intense sexuality, but most likely intense and consuming sex. Sorry, I skipped a line. It may come in various forms: great sex, not enough sex, strange sex, but most likely intense and consuming sex. In terms of job or career, it may be time to get another. When the Pluto card presents itself in a reading, you may have recently been infatuated with a hidden subject, certain mysteries, or the taboo. This could be a time when you are able to sense and feel spirits around you. Sometimes this card can indicate psychic attacks, and thus you should be very careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you are involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature. You are not particularly vulnerable. In fact, your strength is growing, but it is important at this point of time to spiritually protect yourself from anything negative, such as vampire types of people or lost spirits looking for a home. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out not to be what you always thought. On a more mundane level, you may have to be more careful with your finances, taxes, and inheritances especially. You might have the opportunity to suddenly move to a new home, but beware of foundation, water, or sewer problems, and also the possibility that the house might be haunted. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay or decadence, but more positively rejuvenation, healing, and birth. The Pluto card in brief: destruction, creation, regeneration, passing away of the old and bringing in the new, people you know passing away, funeral homes, mortuaries, hospitals, sewers, latrines, bathrooms, dumps, graveyards, that which has been buried, decay, hidden or unseen things, ghosts, spirits, dark entities, hauntings, the occult, dark magic, sorcery, tunnels, the underground, vampirism, gothic culture, weather, the genitals, procreative systems, and the lower colon, crossroads, divorce, changes in finances, the culling back of non-essentials in life, a twisted outlook, profound rebellion, the colors black, purple, and maroon. The corresponding tarot card is the Six of Swords, and the key ideas are transformation, endings, beginnings, new ways, the end of the old, and intensity. Okay, so a lot going on there. We will be looking at your tarot cards to kind of clarify that a little bit as to what types of those energies that you will be focusing on. Okay, so let's look here. We've got the Lover's card. We got the World card. We got the King of Swords. The Fool. Okay. The Two of Swords. Okay. The Ten of Cups. The Sun card. Wow, how beautiful. The Ten of Swords. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. The Man card. And Misfortune. Wow. This is intriguing. That Misfortune card, it's been coming up in a couple of readings, but when it does, it's usually a reading that has a lot of very good things in it. So I'm not exactly sure why that keeps happening, but your energies this year are very intriguing, very interesting. I do think a change or several changes might be coming into your life this year. And that seems to be the energy for Scorpio in general, because the first pile also kind of indicated that. But what I see here is, I think you're going to have some upsets that will happen throughout the year. We have a couple of things that might show that, like the Ten of Swords energy, and maybe even, the Misfortune card and all. But what is intriguing about that is sometimes we have to get down before we can get back up. Sounds cliche, but that's kind of what came to me. The Ten of Swords energy for me usually is not a negative one. Usually it's a getting back up after being put down. Being able to rise up above things happening to us. The energy of being able, we're at the 10, so it's the completion, it's the ending. It's like, okay, yeah, things have been rough. You're getting stabbed all over. It's really tough. You're kind of down and out at the moment. But now that you're at that stage, now you've got the opportunity to rise up above that, start afresh, start anew, get past those energies. And that is the energy I'm seeing for you guys for the year. That you may start out the year with some misfortunate events having had happened already. I kind of get the feeling you already start out the year with a little bit of trial and tribulation, trauma, some things like that that you're trying to deal with. Know that you have some wonderful energies this year to get past those kinds of obstacles when they come up and just reap beautiful benefits because of it. You have the Fool card, which shows that you can go out on wonderful adventures. It shows you have a fresh renewal, a new start, a new beginning, beautiful things like that coming to you through the Fool card. You also have the Ten of Cups, which shows the ultimate happiness and beauty that you can get there, as well as the Sun card, which also shows that. So it shows you have great opportunities for beautiful happiness type of energies coming to you this year for sure. I also see it coming together with the Two of Swords and the Lover's energy. The Two of Swords can often mean a decision to make, or in this particular Two of Swords card, I often think of a stalemate, or one side not being able to progress over the other. But what is good about that in your reading is, because I think of twos as a coming together and partnership, not one above the other, a true partnership. I see you guys as having the opportunity to form a true partnership this year or enhance one that you're already in. Okay? So if that makes any sense to you, I see that as not one being able to rise above the other, not one dominant over the other, being a true equal partners. Okay? And that's kind of exciting. That's kind of cool going on there. I really like some of that excitement happening. It is possible you guys will move on to a new job or career this year, if that resonates with you, if that is something that sounds like something you would want to do. Scorpions this year seem to be in the energy of the mysteries and things that Scorpions are already well known for. Scorpions are well known for dealing with the occult, dealing with mysteries, dealing with hidden things and dead things and graveyards and buried things and secrets and all of those types of energies. Scorpions are well known. That house in astrology is well known for those types of energies. And this year, tapping into your natural abilities dealing with those things could really benefit you. If you've been wanting to go into a career that does deal with those kind of hidden types of agendas or those other things, this could be a really good year to do that, because you're floating in that energy already. You're already there, so it could really help you move forward in your career, get some of the things that you've always wanted in a career. By having the World, the Sun card, and the Ten of Cups, you should have a very emotionally profitable year and possibly a good financial year as well, because you just have too much good energy going there for it not to turn out well for you. Okay, you may be slightly uncomfortable with giving it any kind of energy for a partner or towards a partner. But I do think this could be a good beneficial year for you to be in a partnership, or you to um, en- for you to utilize any partnership that you have, or to get involved in one. This would be a good year for that. This would be something there. So if these things resonate with you, if that's something that you've been thinking about, or it sounds like a really good idea, or something like that, then definitely that's a message for you, and that's the way you should go with that. Now, we do have our romance tarot we can look at to find out a little bit more about what's going on in your romantic life this year, so we will go ahead and do that. So let's take a look at what's going on. All right. So let's take a look and see what energies we have flowing romantically. Wow, that 10 of Pentacles is showing up in a lot of cards. Okay, well, you have the 10 of Wands, you have the 10 of Pentacles, and you have the World card. The World card is awesome in this, and once again, I feel like your romantic relationships are going to be very good ones, very beneficial ones, very happy ones this year. If you are not in a relationship, I really feel like you probably will get into a good one, and it will be one that you'll be very happy in. If you're already in a relationship, I see that equal partnership thing I was talking about earlier. I see that as being able to help release you of your burdens. They'll be able to take on part of your burdens. You'll be able to go on and be pretty happy together that way. Also, there could be some financial benefit dealing with a partner this year. The Ten of Pentacles coming up again. This is like the third or fourth reading this has come up in. But I also, by the Ten of Pentacles, that's a very happy, kind of like the Ten of Cups. They kind of go along with each other really well. So I see most relationships that you'll be in this year as being very happy, productive ones. And good partnerships, forming really good partnerships this year. So romantically, I think it'll be a decent year for you. Another possibility is that you will get an inheritance. Excuse me, this year. I'm so sorry. An inheritance this year, and it might be related to a spouse or a loved one that way. That maybe somebody in their family might pass, and you might get an inheritance due to that. That is a possibility this year for some of you guys, as that will happen. Another thing that we haven't talked about that much, but what the Pluto card did kind of mention is, I think some new things might come to light this year. Some hidden things might come to light that you didn't know about. I think that might be where the Ten of Swords energy is leading to as well. In that, it's possible that you're going to find out some things that you didn't know before, and it might kind of knock you down a little bit for a while, or that kind of thing. But that is one energy that's also flowing into your reading some. So I wanted to make sure that we got that out there so that you could know about that. Let's go ahead and look at your charms. There might be some more clarification or some more information going on with your charms. So we're just going to go ahead and do those. Okay. Okay, well, we do have the wheat penny. That usually does show some kind of financial stability or gain, or I think of it as being almost like the Ace of Pentacles. That could also mean the new job that we were talking about. It also could mean, because it is a wheat penny, it's older, that you might go back to some older things in your life, or delve into some things from your past, that kind of energy. So I do see that as being a possibility there. We do have Cupid, so it is possible that you will get struck by Cupid's arrow this year if you're not already in a happy relationship as far as that goes. That is something that is definitely a possibility. We do have two spirit feathers here, so spirit is going to be with you very closely this year. You have a great opportunity to communicate with your spirit team and with those people this year. Scorpio tends to have a talent for that already, and with your Pluto energies coming through, if you have psychic medium tendencies or skills in that area, you could definitely utilize them to your advantage this year. Or if you have other ways of tapping into the spirit realm, utilizing those types of things this year is definitely something that you could do, and definitely something that could benefit you. You have 3 moon energies here. You have the moon and the star, the regular moon, and the winged moon. And what I get from that, the moon energy is very much, well, and you also have the moon and the star here in this heart as well. So that's a lot going on there. And what I get from that is you have a very strong intuition, and following your intuition this year should be pretty important. The Pluto energy kind of also deals with that because of the energy that it invokes of mysteries, and the moon is mysterious, and uncovering the hidden and the unknown and that kind of thing. The moon deals with a lot of all that stuff. It also deals with psychic and mystic powers and those things, and we did talk about that. I do think that this is a good year for you to utilize those and tap into the energies that you already have innately in you to do that, because that's kind of important for you this year, it looks like. You do have the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. We did have the Two of Swords energy earlier. Usually if a card shows up more than once in a reading, it has a lot of meaning to it. When I see twos, I do think of partnerships. I do think of coming together, even though the Two of Swords energy often does not mean that in of itself. Usually it means some sort of crossroads, or some sort of decision, or things like that. But because of the Two of Swords you had earlier, where we talked about the stalemate or the partnership of being in a true partnership, especially with the Two of Wands energy being there as well, those twos to me indicate this is a really good year for a partnership and coming together. And it could be a romantic one, maybe not even romantic. It could be business partner or some other partner as well. But I do see very strong partnerships for you this year. So that's something for you to think about. You do have a star that says love you. So once again, we have that star energy. We do have some love energy. We do have a heart with a friend on it. So it's very possible that a friendship that you have will grow deeper this year. Okay. Another factor this year, you have the unicorn and the balloons. And for some reason, I thought of children when I saw these. I don't always think of that when I think of unicorns. I think of unicorns as being magical and unique. But in this case, part of what I saw with the unicorns was children. I think children might play an important role in your life this year. It's even possible you might have a child this year. But more than anything, I feel like children might play a deep role for you this year. Okay. That children might matter to you in some way, like either counseling them, working with them, having them. Something about children will influence your year quite a bit. Okay, that may be part of where the emotions are coming from as well. Now, also with the unicorn, and with the mermaid, and with the parrot, I think of bright, unique, different, special. Okay, I do think you're going to be able to tap into some very special, unique gifts this year. Once again, it could be your psychic gifts, it could be your spiritual gifts, it could be some of those types of things, because that really resonates with me on this reading. That's something that's really hitting hard. I also think of, like I said, bright, colorful, cheerful, like with the unicorn, because you think of rainbows. I think of the parrot as kind of a rainbowy kind of energy, but it's also kind of a unique bird in a way, because it's so different from other birds. And then you think of the mermaids as being different. So I feel like expect the unexpected and expect the different this year. Okay? In that, I think some very unique situations might arrive this year. I think some difference. It's interesting. The card talked about you possibly getting into mysteries or taboo subjects or unusual things and that kind of thing. And I feel like that might be a focus of yours this year, of unusualness or things that are different or unique or special. That will be something that you will want to focus on this year or pay attention to. Because I just think that that's something that you might want to do. We do have a little bit more water energy along with the mermaid. It's the dolphin energy as well. I do think your emotions might run kind of high this year. I do think you will be kind of riding a wave this year of emotions and that kind of thing. We did have the shoe. I always thought of that as also prosperity, richness, luxury. So I think you might bring in some luxuries into your life this year. I think that's a possibility as well. We have a KDU. I think of a university when I see that, so it's possible you guys will go to school this year and study up on some things, because I think of that higher knowledge and learning, but also it could just mean specific words to you or initials or however you guys would like to take those. Okay, let's move on to your oracle spheres. Okay, we have 4 different stands. We have gold, blue, green, and bronze. And we have your question. You think of a yes or no question. You pick a stand that you would like your answer to appear on, and then we go out and we get the answers. All right, so here we go. Number 1, gold. Is a no. Number 2, blue. Is a not sure. Number 3, green, is a yes. And a number 4, bronze, is a maybe. Okay, so we have a no, a not sure, a yes, and a maybe. Okay, let's look at our angel numbers. Let's see what they might have to say for us today. We have 5 different stands. We have green, silver, purple, gold, and blue. And then we have our angel numbers here, 1 through 55. You pick at least one stand. You can pick more than one if you'd like. Some people take all 5 numbers and use them as lucky numbers for the year, or they use the specific numbers as important dates for the year. That happens. But generally, what this is for is you pick at least one stand, maybe more, and you get an angel number. That number has specific meaning involved with it, and that might be a message from your angels and spirit team of some things that you might want to pay attention to for the year, or some more resonances for you for the year, or that kind of thing. There will be links in the description to a couple websites that will help you find out the meanings of each number when you need to do that. All right, so number 1, green, is a 55. Number 2, silver, is a 39. Number 3, bronze, is a 10. Number 4, gold, is a 5. And number 5, blue, is a 27. So we have 55, 39, 10, 5, and 27. So there are angel numbers for today. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. I hope there were some messages that were useful to you. Don't forget to check out the other videos that correspond to your sun, moon, and rising signs, because that will give you a better understanding of your year. Also, do check out our other videos. We have lots of timeless tarot on the channel. We do videos every week as well, and many of those are timeless, as well as our daily messages from Spirit that we do every day. So do check out our other videos. We do look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Scorpio. Pile 3, those of you that chose the constellation here for your reading for 2022. All right, we have our Black Moon astrology card that we're going to look at, as well as a booklet on that, because there's just so much information in here. It's just a really good place to start for the year. We also have our tarot cards and letterman cards that we're going to be doing to help clarify that. We have our charms that we'll also do that with. We have our romance tarot that we're going to be finding out a little bit more about your romantic life for the year. We have our oracle spheres where we can have you ask a yes or no question and get an answer. And then we also have our angel numbers that we will be doing as well. All right, so let's get started and see where we are today. We have 50 Saturn return age. Okay, let's see what we have to say about Saturn. Saturn return usually is considered kind of a rough time in your life when it happens, because Saturn's kind of a rough taskmaster or whatever, but I'm not sure that's necessarily going to be the case in your case here. So let's see what we got. Saturn is the Lord of Karma, shatters all illusions. It takes approximately 29 years for Saturn to orbit the Sun, so the first Saturn return happens around the age of 29. It marks a period where childish things must be put away. There is no more getting ready to live your life. It is time to live it and be responsible for your own dreams, goals, and affairs. If you hold on to things with no basis in reality, your suffering will grow and depression may follow. You cannot escape this truth-seeking energy. You must face it. The second Saturn return occurs around age 60, when you become aware of your own mortality. You may become keenly aware that you may not have enough time left to achieve your goals. Often there is a paring away of what is not essential, but for those who have not acted wisely, this will be a difficult transition. When this card is drawn, it will feel as if nothing goes right for you, and you may feel very discouraged. Just as it seems things are progressing, there are obstacles. What this truly is Saturn showing you a part of your life that may not have been based upon anything real. It may have outlived its purpose, or perhaps you've misjudged a situation thinking it better than it was. In truth, and Saturn is the planet of truth, Saturn returns are all about correction. Saturn corrects any area which isn't based on reality. It might be romance, business deals, educational paths, partnerships, or marriage. This card is pointing something out to you that may not have been genuine in the first place and that should probably be let go. Whatever is shaky in your life won't last and probably isn't meant to. If this card is drawn, you will not be given a pass, and the matter in question will not progress as easily as you might want it to, but more positively, this marks a time when things are solidified. Whatever you accomplish currently will have permanence to it. You will have worked hard, and your hard work will pay off, gradually showing more successful over time. You may feel a sense of time running out. If any partnership is now being formed, that lover or partner may be older or in better standing than you. Pessimism may figure in, and you may be compelled to give up on something you believe in dearly. Saturn is the planet of time and measure and signifies hair turning gray or skeletal or bone problems. Dental problems are common with this transit. Saturn returns tend to bring on rough passages, but also a harvest. You are now at a time when you understand things better than you did even a year ago. It is time to be brave and face this important passage. There are no quick fixes when this card turns up. Know what you can and cannot do. Take life in a measured way, much like this planet of time already does. Let go of your illusions, for they do not serve you. You're down to the brass tacks now. Time to see what you are made of. The Saturn return card in brief: weight, earth, the physical world, the feeling of life's immensity, life's harshness, moving past hardships, another chance, paying your dues, what lives beyond the dream, ambition, late December and January, doing things in a measured way or at the right time, building a foundation, being steady, responsibility, waiting it out, bleakness, aging and dealing with the aged, nursing homes, sickness, endings, fortitude, endurance, release what does not work, feeling pressed for time, feeling stuck, being boxed in, frustration, father and older males, deserved success, the colors brown, black, and gray, what endures, facing the truth, a time to get real, a reality check, stripping things bare, clearing the past, karma, faded relationships, emotional coldness. The corresponding tarot card is judgment. And the key ideas are difficulties paying your dues, moving to the next level, putting the past behind you, and correction. Okay, so that sounds very heavy and very deep, but we're going to look at your tarot cards to get a better understanding of what that means for you specifically for the year. Okay? Okay, we have the Four of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. We have the Fool card. Okay. We have the Chariot. Okay, cool, cool, cool. The Knight of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The Two of Swords. The Seven of Wands. The Chariot again. Intriguing. And then you have the 15 Bear and money. Okay. So it's as I see, as I kind of already thought, it's not as harsh as it sounds in the card. Okay? Your year is not going to be as harsh as Saturn return can be. Saturn returns don't always have to be difficult. And you may or may not actually be in your Saturn return. Generally it's around 29 and maybe 58 through 60, sometime in there. Because it only comes around every 29 years. So what that means is Saturn will return to the place in your chart where it was when you were born. That's what Saturn returns mean. And for some people, Saturn returns can be very harsh. There can be a lot of changes going on. A lot of times people will break up with relationships that they're in. They'll start new jobs. They'll do all kinds of changing up. Some people call it a midlife crisis. Even though at 29 and 30 you're not really at midlife yet, but some people will call it that. But basically, it's a good time to get rid of a lot of old things. It's a good time to get rid of a lot of old ideas. It's a good time to move forward and bring in the new and the special and what forth. And so Saturn returns don't always have to be difficult. If you've been doing pretty well with your life so far, if there's not, what makes them difficult is getting rid of things that you may not want to get rid of or realize that is not working for you. That, I think, is what really makes Saturn returns difficult. And if you guys are in a position this year where you will have to be giving up some things that you really don't want to, that part might make it difficult. But other than that, for the most part, I see this as a really good renewal, rejuvenation year, moving forward year for you guys. Okay? You have a lot of strength and power. I do think you might come into your responsibility this year. If you've not really have dealt with a lot of responsibility so far in your life, I think this might be a year that will happen. I think any kind of partnerships will strengthen. Saturn is a very slow-moving planet, and he rewards hard work. He rewards truth, honesty, loyalty, those kinds of energies. And I really feel like any kind of partnerships that you're going to form or that you are involved in will strengthen because of those kinds of energies. Now, if you're in some shaky partnerships, ones that don't have that loyalty and strength involved with them, those might crumble this year. But that would be a better thing for you, honestly. That would be a good thing if that happens, because you don't need relationships like that in your life and partnerships. Okay, but any other partnerships that you have, and this could be romantic ones, this could be business ones, this could be anything like that, they should be quite advantageous to you. They should be strengthened during the year, that kind of thing. Okay? So there is that energy going on there. You have the Chariot twice, which I really love. The Chariot is the moving forward energy. It is doing away with the old, getting away with that kind of stuff and moving forward. And one of the things I think that you guys might be shedding this year, which could be very good for you, is some old fears, some old things that you've... Okay, let me try to... I interrupt myself sometimes because I think of a better way of saying it. Right now, I believe, with your Seven of Wands and your Nine of Swords energy, I feel like you guys have some things that are holding you back. Some of it's fear. Some of it is a feeling of needing to protect yourself. Some of it is, I mean, you might have had some things happen in your past that you feel like you need to protect yourself from. That is possible. That happens for a lot of us. But sometimes we can get into that energy of we want to protect ourselves so much that we forget to be loose enough to let in new things. And this is the year where I think you're going to shed some of that, where I think you're going to build better foundations. You have the Four of Wands energy. I feel, new foundations are definitely a start. You have the Chariot energy and you have the Fool energy, which means you're going to go out and start a newfound freedom. Okay, I think is the words that are coming to mind here with these energies. Because you're going to have more stable energy going on. You're going to feel like you're not just going to fall off a cliff, because the Fool energy can feel that way sometimes, but because you're going to have a more stable foundation, you're going to feel like moving forward isn't as scary because you have the strength, perseverance, you have the foundation, everything to help you get through that. There might be a decision you're going to have to make this year with the Two of Swords. It also might indicate a partnership or forming of a partnership this year, because I do think that is a possibility for some of you guys, especially in work-related matters. I feel like that might be something that will come about. I also feel you're going to find a newfound passion in your career this year, or a new, deeper spirituality. I think one of the things that you might delve into is your thoughts on spirit and what you think about spirituality and those kinds of things. I think you're going to have a renewed relationship with spirit. You're going to move forward with that relationship, and once again, that's something else you might have a better foundation on, and so forth. So new and exciting things coming about for you this year. You do have the money chest here, which means you might have some unexpected money coming your way, or some rewards for your efforts. Saturn is very good about that. If you've been working on something very diligently and putting your efforts into it for a while now, now's the time with the Saturn return card for you to reap those benefits, for you being able to move forward with the payment for what effort you've put into things so far. That one of the things that can happen during Saturn returns is if you've put forth the proper effort in your life in certain areas, your Saturn return can bring those benefits to you based on that. And that's something the card didn't go into too much, but that is one of the things that can happen. And I do see that as being a possibility for you guys this year, as well as reaping some of the benefits for some of the hard work you've put into certain things. And that benefit might not be just monetary benefit. It could be more peace of mind benefit. It could be more mental health benefits and things like that as well. Because I do feel like you guys are going to put the hard work into putting some of those fears and mental blockages and things aside. You're going to put the effort it takes into being able to do that this year. And you should be able to reap the benefits from that as well. So not just monetary benefits, although I do see a little bit of monetary benefits coming your way as well. Okay. This is possibly an opportune time to start a new career. If you've been working on a job that you are not happy with or that is not serving you very well, moving forward to a new one, it would be a really good thing to do this year. And honestly, the universe may not even give you much of a choice in the matter. Your job may end, or the company may fold, or other things may happen to cause you not be able to do that job. So that the universe sometimes has a way of doing that, when kind of a little nudge or a kick in the butt kind of thing going on there. And so that's something for you to think about as well. If you are very happy in your job and it's something you've been working on for a while, things should just strengthen with that this year. Things should just get better with that. So, take what resonates with you there on that. Let's go ahead and move forward and look at your romance cards, and let's see where you might be going romantically this year. Okay. Here we go. This card, and this card. Alrighty, we have the Two of Wands. Once again, a partnership is definitely something you might form this year. The Seven of Cups, dealing with your spirituality once again, even though this is about your romance. And then the Five of Wands. Okay, it's very possible you guys will change up your romantic partner this year if you are not in a stable, happy, long-term relationship. Okay, you do have the Five of Wands. That is that change energy. It is that passionate energy, and so forth. And with your Saturn return here, if you are in a relationship that's kind of rocky or unstable, it's possible it will end. So it's very possible that if you're in that kind of relationship, that will not continue forward this year. Okay. If you are in a very stable, happy, good relationship, I see that partnership as increasing this year and possibly getting stronger. And maybe even getting even a little bit more deeper, if that means anything. If you are not in a relationship this year, you have a very strong chance of forming one or getting into a relationship. Now, with Saturn's energy, it's possible it will be a long-term one. But, that's a little iffy. But if you do get into a relationship this year, it's possible it will be a long-term one. With the Saturn energy going on in your reading. So that is something for you to think about there as well. I do feel like forming partnerships for work might be a good thing this year as well, even though we were talking about romantic cards that came through in the reading too. So this is a really good year for partnerships. This is a good year for forming partnerships. This is a good year for being in a partnership type of situation. So, or getting rid of old partners that are not doing well for you. So if you're in a partnership and, like I said, work-related partnership, and it's like the romantic one, if it's not a good one, if it's not doing very well, if you're just not happy in the relationship, you're not reaping the benefits of it, then possibly checking that partner and getting a new one would be what would be in order for this year. Okay, so that's something for you to think about. Let's move forward to your charms. Let's see what other energies we might have for the year, other things that might be going on. Okay, we've got some worded message here. We have every journey starts with one step. We've got the own your dreams, what is for you will not pass you by, and light the way. Okay, this very much shows a moving forward, which we talked about that with the Chariot energy. You guys definitely have the energy of moving forward to something new and different in your life this year. Getting rid of the old, chucking the old, moving on to something new and exciting. Following your dreams is a really good thing to do this year. If you have not been doing so, Saturn is very much a realist, but he also wants you to be happy. And if your dreams are ones that are even remotely ones that can make you happy, Put the work into it. Saturn will benefit you for that. They'll want you to put the work into any dream that you have. But own your own dreams is also important because it's important for you to think about your dreams and whether or not you're doing anything with them, whether or not they're practical, whether or not they're useful to you, and so forth. Sometimes we can have dreams. I always love to tell people to follow their dreams, and I always love to tell people that your dreams can come true if you go on the path and you want to do that. That is very much something I believe in. It's very much an energy I believe in, and so forth. But having said that, there are times in which we have certain dreams that are not only fairly unrealistic, even though I do believe unrealistic dreams can come true, but we have dreams that aren't really beneficial to us. For instance, kids will do this. Children will dream of, floating down a river of chocolate or something. Something goofy like that. I thought of Willy Wonka and that kind of came to mind. Or kids will dream of having, the gummy bear the size of their bed or something. Okay, well, that may not be the best dream in the world. If it did come true, it probably wouldn't benefit you very well. That kind of thing. Okay, so it is possible to have dreams or things that we would, that wouldn't really benefit us that much, or really would not help us along our journey, or really would not be something that we would truly like if we really got it. So owning your own dreams is kind of important this year. Pay attention to what your dreams have been, fine tune them. If they're ones that really would not benefit you, they're just, if you truly got it, it probably would not be good for you, then maybe that dream might be one that might be time to set it aside or do something else with it. So that's just a thought going on there with that. As far as every journey starts with one step, it's definitely a good idea to take that first step on any new journeys this year, because your Chariot and your Fool cards, definitely want you to do that. What is for you will not pass you by, and know that, because sometimes the Saturn return can kick us around a little bit, and it might knock around some things that you kind of thought, hey, this was mine, or I should get that, and then it might knock it out of your way, and then you might go, well, wait a minute. But then when you think about it, you might realize it's kind of like the own your own dreams thing, is it may not have been that beneficial to you in the first place. It's probably why it got knocked out. And that if there is something that's supposed to be for you in this life, it will come to you. It's not going to pass you by. You are going to get it. So there is that. There's also the light the way. I love that energy, because this is a really good year for you to do that. Because you are sloughing off the old things, you are moving forward with the new things. You kind of do have a lantern, a new light, a new glow about you that you can help be the leader for others to follow when it comes to that. So I really like that. We do have the luxury liner. A couple of different energies come to mind with this for this time. One is that your ship may come in that anything that is due to you based on your life so far, it should arrive this year for you. We had that other energy that we talked about earlier on with that as well, with the money card. So that is a possibility. The other thing I see here is possibly going on some travels or some journeys or movement of some sort. And we also have the bicycle, which kind of shows that as well. The other thing I think of with the bicycle is that 2 energy and that combination energy. So once again, I feel like the partnership is kind of important this year as well. And the bicycle has not shown up in a reading in a very long time. But in your particular reading, I do see it as a moving forward in a relationship and partnerships. I do see it as moving and as traveling on. Okay, so that is that energy for you. We do have the letter B. That could be an initial. It could mean something specifically to you. You could think about things that way. We also have the perfume, which once again is a luxury item. So getting some luxuries this year is a possibility for you. You do have the Ace of Cups, which is also the abundance card. It's also the overflowing of abundance card. So abundance might be something that will come to you this year. It's that ship coming in type of energy. That is very possible that will happen for you guys. We do have the Six of Wands, which means you might get some accolades this year, some recognition for some things that you've put into stuff, and some people noticing you this year, as well as the Swan kind of energy shows that as well. You do have the Dragon energy too. So if there is any kind of things that you are passionate about, anything that you truly, truly care about, this is a really good year to follow that and follow that passion to do that. The Chariot and the Fool energies are helping you with that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our Oracle spheres. All right. We have 4 different stands for you to choose from. We have gold, blue, green, and bronze. You think of a yes or no question, a question that has a yes or no type of answer associated with it, or can be answered by yes or no. You pick a stand that you would like your answer to appear on, and we go out and we get our answers. All right, number 1 gold is a maybe. Number 2 blue is a very likely. Number 3 green is a not likely. And a number 4 bronze is a not now. So we have a maybe, a very likely, a not likely, and a not now. Okay, let's move on to our angel numbers. This is where we have 5 different stands. We have green, silver, gold, purple, and blue. We have our angel numbers 1 through 55. You pick at least 1 stand, if not more, and you decide which one you would like to get your angel numbers on. And you can go out to the description. There are links to some websites that will tell you what each angel number means and what the energies are for that. Okay? And you can get that. Also, some people like to take all 5 stands, all 5 of the numbers, and use them as lucky numbers for the year. So there's that going on as well. Okay? So there's that. All right, so let's go ahead and we will get our angel numbers. All right, number 1 green is 14. Number 2 silver is 49. Number 3 gold is 45. Number 4 purple is 47. Wow, that's a 4 energies. And then number 5 is 30. Okay, so we have 14, 49, 45, 47, and 30. So there are your angel numbers for the year. Okay, I hope those help you with any kind of information as well. Don't forget to check out the other videos that correspond to your sun, moon, and rising signs, because that will help give you a better picture of your year, especially if any messages come through more than once. Okay, do check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of different topics. We also do videos at least once a week, and many of those are timeless, so do check those out. We also do our daily messages from Spirit, and those might be ones that you would like to see as well. If you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, you can be notified of any videos when we put them out. We do look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.